Hi, and welcome to M. Claire's Yoga and Wellness channel. Today's flow is going to be an energizing flow. It's going to make you feel really good in a very short amount of time. It's not going to be long. We're just going to get in there, feel great, and be done. Okay, let's get started. I want us to start in a downward facing dog. Sink your chest towards the mat. Try and aim at getting your heels towards the floor and really push through your palms, spreading out those fingers. And breathe here. We're going to come forward into plank, tilt our tailbone, and push back into downward dog. Come forward into plank, and we're going to add this lovely movement. You can arch your back and then push through, or you can do it at a nice slow pace. Whatever feels good for you at the beginning of this practice. Up on your toes, into plank. Tilt that tailbone and push back. Up on the toes, through to plank. Really engage your core as well as we're doing this. We want to waken up all the muscles in our body really quickly. Then hold in your plank position. And here we're going to bring our left knee to left elbow and back. And then alternate, really getting into the obliques. This is an energizing flow, so we really want to build that heat in the body quickly. And last 3 on each side. And last one. And let's go through our flow, through your chaturanga, upward facing dog. Try and keep your feet together and your thighs off the floor. And here we're going to do some tricep push-ups. You can either stay on your toes like this, or you can tuck them, whichever feels best for you. And you're just going to come forward, really keeping those triceps towards the side of the body, and reach your forehead to the floor. And make sure your thighs keep staying off the floor. Last 5. Last 2. And last 1. Come into that upward facing dog and push back into your downward facing dog. Breathe here. I'm going to pulse here. I'm going to go for 10. Last 2. Then bring that knee towards the chest. Hold it here. Engage the core. Touch your knee on the floor and bring it up towards your chest. 3 more. And last 1. Hold it here. And then kick back into 3-legged downward dog. Come back into downward facing dog. Sink through those arms, chest towards the floor. Take a deep breath. And then let's repeat on the opposite side. Bring your right leg through the hamstrings and the calf. And then let's add that little pulse. Last 3. And 1. Bring that knee towards the chest. Hold it here. Last 3. And last 1. And then kick back into our 3-legged downward dog. And come back into our downward facing dog. Again, sinking through the chest. Step your right leg in between your hands into our high lunge. Drop your knee into low lunge. And really sink the hips here. Deepen that lovely stretch in the body. And if it's within your practice, you can also come on up, reach behind for the back of your leg and add this nice sort of twisty back bend. Then come on forward. Place your left hand next to your right foot and add a nice spinal twist. And if it's within your practice, get hold of that left foot and bring it towards your glute for this nice quadricep stretch. And you can also move side to side, not on your knee though, if it feels good. If it doesn't, please don't do it. And then you can roll onto the outside of your right foot and deepen this stretch again. And again, adding the rock if it feels good for you. Come on back. And now we're already prepped in lizard. So bring both your hands to the inside of your foot. Keep that roll over. And if you want to, you can either stay here or you can come down onto your forearms to deepen the stretch. Untuck your toes. And again, you can add that little rock side to side if it feels good for you. And come on back up. Tuck your toes. Step back into plank. Here we're going to do 5 chaturanga push-ups. You can do this from your knees if you prefer. Last 2. Last 1. Through our flow. Upward facing dog. And push back into our downward facing dog. Now we're going to repeat on the opposite side. So step through with your left foot in between your hands, coming into the high lunge first. You can rock back and forth, just opening up those hips a little bit. Then drop your knee down, coming into our low lunge. And again, you can reach that hand back and reach for the back of your knee and add that nice little sort of twisty back bend here. Then come on forward, place your right hand there, add that nice little twist, looking up towards the ceiling. And again, if it's within your practice, you can also deepen this stretch, coming into that quadricep stretch, bringing your foot towards your glute. And again, using that little rock if it feels nice, as long as you're not doing it on your knee. And then open up onto the outside of your left foot, deepening that stretch. And then release that back leg. And now we're prepped in the lizard again. So you can either stay here on your hands, or if you'd like to deepen it, you can come down onto your forearms. And again, adding a little rock if that feels nice. Then come on back up. Tuck your toes. Step back into our plank. Again, we're going to do 5 chaturanga push-ups. And please feel free to modify if need be. Oops, sorry. 1. Last 2. And last 1. Come through our flow. Upward facing dog. And push back into our downward facing dog. Really lengthen through the spine as we reach toward our chest towards the floor. Breathe here. And you can either take a few steps towards the front of your mat, or if you're ready, you can bend your knees and jump. And we're going to come into a malasana, a wide-legged yoga squat. Have our feet at the outside of our mat. Bring our hands together in prayer position. and just push our knees out. And again, if it feels nice for you, you can add this little rock back and forth. And here, bring your hand to the outside of your right foot and add a nice little twist here. Again, just opening everything up. And if you'd like to add a bind, you can also interlace your hands, looking up to the ceiling and just getting that deeper stretch. If it isn't within your practice, please stay in the previous asana. Then come on out, come back into prayer position, nice long backs, and let's repeat on the opposite side. Bring our left hand to the outside of our left foot, adding that nice twist here. Making sure our knees don't fall forward, trying to keep them pulled up to the center. And then come into that bind if it feels good for you. And then when you're ready, come on back out, back into prayer position. And all we're going to do is take our hands behind us and slowly come to the center of our mat. Hold on to your knees. We're just going to push our chest towards the ceiling and roll down, tucking our chin, and just doing this nice spine mobility exercise before we end off our practice. And one last exercise, you can come up into boat just to really engage that core. If it's in your practice and you're a little bit more advanced, you can come up to extended boat pose, really engage that core. This is the last little bit we're going to do, so really push through it and feel all that energy building up. And when you're ready, come on down, and we're just going to roll down one vertebra at a time into our final position, our Shavasana. Extend your arms and legs to the outside of the mat. Allow your breathing to slow down. Focus on your inhales and exhales. We built up a lot of heat very quickly, so it's important to allow our bodies just to come back to that resting position, back to its equilibrium, so we can get all the benefits of what we've just done. So take a few deep breaths here, feeling the body just sinking into the mat. And any tension that you had stored, allow it just to dissipate out of the body. And if you're ready to end the practice with me, take one last big stretch over the top of your head, and then coming up to the center of our mat into an easy position. And to finish off, we're just going to do two really nice big stretches, breathing in, holding it here, and exhaling out. One last time, in through the nose, reach up, and exhale everything out. Thank you so much for joining me on this really quick, energizing flow. If you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, share it with all your friends, whoever you know. Let's grow the channel, and I hope to see you again. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.